Hey, how you doing today? I am Taquila Coleman. In today's video, we're going to be talking about rejection. So, as I was preparing my healing after rejection masterclass, as I was putting the notes together, the Lord began to make me aware of a few things, right? And so, here's the thing: when we talk about the spirit of rejection, okay, number one, rejection starts it originate from the spirit realm. Okay, so rejection comes as a result of our disobedience to the Lord. Okay, and so we can find this in Deuteronomy 28 up under curses for disobedience, right? When you read all of those curses that's outlined in Deuteronomy 28, um it's basically saying how God is going to reject you for your disobedience, right? And then it also tells us right here in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. You see? So when we reject the knowledge that comes from the Lord, when we reject, wise counsel, when we reject reading the Bible, and just reject God in general. He said, I will reject you. And our life comes up under this the spirit or the curse of rejection. And then when the curse is in place, then you're going to see that spirit of rejection. And then you're going to start seeing the fruit of rejection where, people are now rejecting you. You are missing opportunities and, things of that nature, right? And so rejection it starts as a result of our disobedience, okay, to our heavenly Father. But this is what the Lord began to speak to me as I was putting together this teaching on healing after rejection. He was saying to me how, because he was giving me a whole lot of different revelation, but this particular piece um he was saying, because we're dealing with prodigals, right? He was saying how we shouldn't be quick to rush into trying to marry someone who is still a prodigal, right? Someone who is up under God's wrath. They are disobedient. They're not in covenant with the Lord because they 9 times out of 10 have the spirit of rejection on them. So God removes his spirit, right? Specifically his spirit of love. He removes the spirit of love off of the person and replaces it with the spirit of rejection or the spirit of hate. Okay. And so this is one of the reasons why many of you are finding yourself coming up under this rejection from this person. For some of you, you feel like your person hate you or dislike you, and that's really a spirit, that has the person bound. That spirit is operating through the individual, but just like how the Lord was saying to me, he was like, don't rush into, trying to marry the individual if they haven't received deliverance from rejection. And also he was pointing out, he was like, and if, because we can also have this spirit of rejection attached to our life as well. It's many different ways how this spirit of rejection can come. As I said, it could come through our own disobedience to the Lord. It could come through the bloodline. Okay. And it's other ways. Okay. If you want to learn the different ways how the spirit of rejection comes upon an individual's life and how to break free, how to break the power of rejection, I highly recommend you join our Healing from Betrayal coaching program, and you can catch that replay because I just did it. We did like a 2 hour masterclass on healing after rejection. And it was so good. Okay. But yeah, the link will be in the description area, or you could just head over to the website, godordainedmarriages.com, click on events and sign up from over there. But the Lord was saying, if we have yet to take ourselves through this process of being delivered from the spirit of rejection, then, because remember, the spirit is designed to influence you according to that spirit. So if you have a spirit of rejection attached to your life, that spirit of rejection goal now is to make sure it connects you with people who's going to reject you. Okay? That's the whole goal. And so you're going to keep on finding yourself being rejected until you receive deliverance from the spirit. right? And so in Deuteronomy 28, it talks about blessings for obedience. And so God will bless you for your obedience to Him by removing the spirit of rejection off of the God ordained spouse, and He will replace it with His favor. He will replace it with acceptance. He will replace it with love. Okay, but we got to go through our own process. We got to walk out our obedience to the Lord and show God we serious. We about our Father's business. We, have learned the lessons, and we have decided to be obedient to God. And so again, God was saying, don't rush into trying to marry the prodigal when they can have the spirit of rejection on them, and you can also have the spirit of rejection on you. Right? You would never, because you would just enter into a marriage where you're never feeling love. You're not even feeling like you belong or fully accepted by the individual. It's not until the spirit is removed. It's not until God steps in and deliver both spouses from the spirit of rejection. That's when you're able to now, feel the love and the acceptance, right? That comes with it. Okay. And it's other ways, like I said, it's other ways, how this spirit of rejection can enter in and attack the union. Okay, so just understand, God said, don't rush into trying to marry the prodigal. Okay, you receive deliverance from this spirit of rejection first. Once you gain authority, because that's what that means. When you receive deliverance from the spirit of rejection, you have now gained authority over the spirit. And now you can help your person in prayer receive deliverance from the spirit as well, because you now have authority over it. And so once God removed that spirit of rejection, He replaced it with the spirit of love. He replaced it with the spirit of truth, with the spirit of acceptance. Okay? So that is it. I am Taquila Coleman. I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.